This part of our US trip starts in Napa Valley, and then we sort of head up from there into Yosemite National Park, and then head down towards San Francisco for the final leg. So as we leave the Oregon coast, we head sort of south towards California, and you go through this high desert country, I think they sort of call it. You've still got the snow peaks and stuff like that in the distance, but it's a lot of farming, a lot of open sort of country. And then from there, you start to head down into Napa Valley itself. So we're sort of coming in right to the northern end of Napa Valley, and we end up in a little town called Calistoga, I think. It's a beautiful little town. Uh, Vineyards around it everywhere, beautiful restaurants. We had some really nice accommodation.
Let it all just wash away and give it time. You don't have to change a thing. Soon you'll see that perfect is imaginary. You don't have the words to carry. Hey, just be yourself. No one has it all figured out. One day you'll see it, even when your head's filled with doubt. Your heart's underneath it. Yeah, honestly, it's best to be true to who you are. All you need is
So we
air to
just sort of come
breathe,
down
to
the
give
range,
it
and now we're
one
sort of
more
in the Napa
shot.
Valley itself, and the vineyards are starting to pop up everywhere. Um, and this is sort of where we go into Calistoga, and it's a funny sort of a town. You can have a cyber truck parked on one side of the road, and then a little bit further up the road there'll be a little buggy. Very eclectic, very sort of a classic sort of vineyard sort of winery region town. Beautiful restaurants. They've got bookshops. They've got antique shops. Um, and just yeah, really nice place. You can walk around the streets. Very safe, very comfortable, and just had a really nice feel to it.
Cute little place. That was the other one I missed out, but I thought it might be noisy.
So this is the room we had for a couple of nights here. Nice and cozy, huge bathroom, spa bath, bathrobes, fireplace in the main bedroom, and then you got these big open share areas throughout the motel. There's a bit of a strange thing. You don't actually see anyone. It's a key drop at the front door and set of instructions and a phone number if you need anything. There's a pretty big driving leg on this day, and I didn't realise until I re-looked at the video it was like an 8.5 hour drive. So we sort of basically just checked in, went for a walk, got something nice to eat at a little restaurant, and then bed early and off to some vineyards the next day. So this vineyard is called Storybook Mountain Vineyard, I think. And yeah, it's very, very dry. Um, but the vines thrive, the temperature and everything else is right. And the wine from this vineyard um, has actually been sold to the White House, and the Obamas um, requested it and enjoyed it, and so did we. There's quite a Mexican sort of influence in California, as you'd realise, being close to the border, and the Mexican food in Calistoga was first class. jug of margaritas there.
Oh, geez. What do you think that car is, mate?
Oh, it's a
I guess
Porsche.
it's low to the ground. Electric Porsche.
Best handling. I don't know if it was.
Yeah, no grill.
No, the Porsches have engines in the back.
Oh, they do too. Yeah. That was a really good winery to pick. Yeah. Well, that other mob that you couldn't get a look in, and that was a really good one. And they've served the Obamas. That's such a good story.
So I don't know if it was the Eastern or the Reserve that.
The Reserve.
The Reserve was the one
It was
she
a
wanted.
Reserve.
I think she said that both the Eastern and the Reserve had been served like 8 times or something like that.
No, it was definitely the Reserve. Maybe it was the Eastern then. Did the Eastern get? Because we went and did this. We didn't actually follow the thing, so maybe it was the Eastern honey. Anyway, whatever it is, we've got a bottle of it. And it was all nice.
So once we left the Napa Valley, we really started to, head into this really dry, high country again. We sort of left the valley and you're sort of heading southwest to the foothills before you go up to Yosemite. Lots of farming land, lots of wind turbines like we see here. These ones were going, but there was nothing to go past, a few hundred hectares of ones that had just sort of stopped at the end of their life and they were still just sort of standing all sad like. As we're heading through towards Yosemite, we started coming across a lot of burnt country. A little bit on the left here looked like it might have been a burn a fire break sort of thing because it was sort of closer to the road. But as we got further towards the base of the mountains, the burnt areas got bigger and bigger, and obviously some fires had sort of started and gone through there. It really was quite hot and dry. So this part of the trip was the first time we were probably actually hot. Even doing the Monument Valley and all that sort of stuff in the south was sort of reasonable, but we were sort of touching the 36 sort of degrees temperatures as we sort of went through this part of California. And we heard later that there had been some out of control fires down in this area, and we must have sort of just got through in front or just got through behind them.
It's all we'll ever need, even if the sun refuses to shine.
So this is the climb up into Yosemite National Park now. So you pick up some elevation in a really short space. It's quite steep. Some sections of the road have nice guardrails, but then you get to other sections that have nothing.
Oh, now we're high. We climbed so quickly then. No wonder they said turn air conditioning off.
Goes on endlessly, even in my dreams.
My legs just want to get up and run away. I was retracting my legs then.
Together everything feels like it's falling into place. You and me, it's all we'll ever need.
Somewhere to stretch it out.
Even if the sun
Chris, may as well do it here. Oh, look at the view. You want to sit here and have a drink?
as long as you are mine. You are mine, as long as you are mine.
Just like built on the highway. I endorse it.
You and me, it's all we'll ever
So we stayed in a little place called, I think it was Blueberry Cottage. So we had a room at the bottom of this building here. Really nice, very friendly people. It was a like a show horse stud as well. And they'd bring your coffee out in the morning and put it on the table near the chairs there. And then 5 or 10 minutes later, they'd bring out a nice hot cooked breakfast. It was only about 15 or 20 minutes to the Yosemite gates, and then probably another 25 minutes down into the Yosemite Valley itself. So Yosemite has a booking system for peak time, so you need your US Parks pass to get in or to pay at the gate sort of thing. But then you need to pre-book for, I think it's Saturday, Sunday, Mondays or other holiday sort of periods. It gets so busy, they get so many visitors through there. And if you're going to go, again, you've got to get up really early and try to be at the gates before sort of 7:30 to beat the crowds. And by the afternoon, there's just kilometres of cars lined up to get into the park.
Cool. You want to be a truck driver? You want to hop in your right lane or go right? Maybe we'll go past the waterfall a bit closer, huh?
So this is the road taking us from the floor of the valley up to Glacier Point, where you get the views of Half Dome that we just see there in the picture. And you sort of get there, there's a couple of places up there, a couple of spots. You can see a series of waterfalls there in the distance as well. One sort of drops down and then there's a second one in the middle of the photo there now. So you get up here and you really feel like you're on top of the world. There's, just amazing view sort of looking out from Glacier Point. And then this is sort of right up above Yosemite National Park Valley that most people sort of go to, and you'll see in a couple of photos shortly there where it sort of shows the valley. Here it is here now, the valley right down below, and sort of gives you an idea of how high you are up above the park, and I think it might be touching on 9,000, maybe 10,000 feet above sea level in this area here, so pretty high.
Currents pull me to and fro. Underneath the lava goes, and it flows like a waterfall, a waterfall, a waterfall. You pull me under like a waterfall, a waterfall, a waterfall. Flows like a waterfall, a waterfall, a waterfall. And it flows like a waterfall. I look to the wonder you love to hold me under. Down, down,
Just wondering if there's a view of the waterfall as we come out this one.
Oh yeah. You want a picture? And the waterfall's on the right side?
Should be straight ahead somewhere.
Oh yeah. So we come out. Yeah.
I'm dripping in the water. Submerged from head to toe.
The valley of Yosemite is a bit of a mixture. You've got these sort of open grassy plains, thick luscious grass like Nita, Thigh High. You look up and you've got all the cliffs and the views of all the different waterfalls, and you can walk and spend time down here, or even just if it was a bit warmer, you could swim in the creek. Looks like a beautiful place to swim. And then you just walk through these wooded sections, and again, you're just looking up at these massive waterfalls. Pretty much whichever way you look, you won't be far before you spot a waterfall. They've got like restaurants and gift shops and camping grounds down here on the valley floor, and a bus that sort of does a ring road and drops you off at the different waterfalls and different walks and things, so you don't have to park, because it is quite busy, especially as I said earlier, in those peak times. But if you find a good parking spot, then you can just get on a bus and go from site to site as you go around the place.
Oh, go Pro Superman.
Let's go.
Yosemite is really a special place, and like all the national parks we went to, I guess in the US, they're all, just absolutely spectacular. We were lucky. We've seen sort of like the big three of the national parks: the Grand Canyon, Yellowstone National Park, and Yosemite. Arguably the three of the biggest or best known parks in the US. And it's really hard to pick a favourite out of them. They each bring their own sort of thing to the table. Grand Canyon with those just big wide open vistas that sort of changing landscape and the colours you get in the landscape. Yellowstone with the geysers and the wildlife, the bears, the bison and all that sort of stuff. And then Yosemite is just, it's lush, it's green, it's like an oasis from those hot tinderbox sort of plains down below, and you really can't help but love it. There's just a bit of everything there, and would be great in summer or winter, I think. Just one of those places that are pretty unique. So after a couple of days at Yosemite National Park, it was time to sort of leave, and we wind our way back down towards the coast, towards San Francisco, and change of the climate of being up there in the mountains, going through this hot, dry tinderbox, and and then sort of ending up in the traffic at San Fran was a bit of a change, kick to the system.